I know. We're coming up on Sunday, and if you're a Bears fan, you can't escape it. It comes with the territory of Bears football! And that is, of course, trying to convince yourself that somehow, some way, Bears versus Packers is still a rivalry to be taken seriously. Bears versus Packers is a rivalry at all. Not only do Bears fans try to push this agenda, the media tries to as well. And the reality is, this thing ain't been fucking close for decades. It's not a rivalry, full stop. This, in the past 3+ decades, has been a ritualistic, sadistic series of bullying by the cheeseheads from Brown Bay over the Bears. Because in order for a rivalry to exist, both teams must enjoy some type of a success at some point. And that doesn't happen here. I mean, like I said, the past 30+ years, the Packers have completely owned the Bears. First off, the Packers have won 9 straight games in this series because Bears football! Since 1992, the Green Bay Packers have a 48-15 head-to-head advantage over the Bears because Bears football! And even when you look at the totality of the series record, it's now 106, 95-6, advantage Packers. Bears football! So, this used to be rivalry. That used to mean so much to me. Over the years, it has been really sad to watch as all of that care and passion has frankly just gone away, evaporated. I used to hate the cheeseheads with a fucking passion. You know, dumb young kid me who actually saw early on in his life the Bears beat the Packers, and beat the Packers and beat the Packers. And then as I got to be preteen and teenager, that's when the shit all went south. And after so many decades of this thing being so one-sided, it's hard to get emotionally up for this. Like, this is the type of game right here that I should be, in theory, coming on, doing a video, hyping up the Bears, talking about the Bears, and giving one of those great speeches that I can get, talking about any other time, maybe, but this is not that time. This is your time. You can do this. You will do this. Damn it, believe in this! Do it for Papa Bear! Do it for sweetness! Do it for damn point, right? Like, I would go on a whole thing. I don't have the passion or the emotion to do that. Because the Chicago Bears, not the Green Bay Packers, the Chicago Bears have sucked so much of the joy and passion for this out of me. Like, I should literally be in a place where this means so much to me that I say, screw draft position, screw the long-term ramifications of what a win would mean for a Matt Eberflus and Justin Fields. It's all about beating the Green Bay Packers. To those saying, oh, they wouldn't make a judgment call based off of just this game. You really, really, really have to be stupid to think that the McCaskey family, including, yup, Goofy George, pass the go group, please, isn't highly motivated in beating the Packers, isn't solely focused on the Packers, wouldn't sit there and use this one game as a key barometer for off-season decisions that they would make or not make. Where the fuck have you been the past few decades? Shit, this even goes back to Lovie Smith's introductory press conference in 2004. The number one goal of the program, number one goal, is to beat Green Bay. No, the number one goal of the program is to win the goddamn fucking Super Bowl. Ryan Poles, oh, we're going to take the North and never give it back. I don't give a fuck if you finish in the wild card spot every year. Win the fucking Super Bowl. The prioritization is broken. Fuck. So like I said, as much as I want to be, and I want to be, an irrational fanboy about this shit, I just can't be. Because the Bears have made it that way because of, you guessed it, Bears football. That said, you could technically say this one matters for both teams. For the Chicago Bears, it's a chance for them to finish, with an 8-9 record. Whoopee. It's a 5-game improvement from a clear tank season last year. Oh my God, let's celebrate. A win would make them 5-1 in their last 6. So it would create this false sense of delusion that big things would be popping in 2024. But it would be one last chance for Matt Eberflus to make a statement about why he should be the coach of this team in 2024 because, of course, Matt Eberflus, since he coaches Bears football, is 0-3 so far in his career against the Green Bay Packers. And similarly for Justin Fields, one last chance, one last opportunity, one last moment to show that he belongs with the Bears in 2024 as the starting quarterback because, of course, he is 0-5 against the Green Bay Packers because Bears football! And most importantly for Bears fans, it's a chance to knock the Green Bay Packers from the playoffs. It's revenge for the 2010 NFC Championship game. It's revenge for 2019. It's revenge for 2013. It's revenge for this and revenge for that. So the organization, the players, the fans certainly have plenty of reasons to give a fuck about this one. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they're sitting at 8-8, currently in the 7th slot in the NFC playoff picture. It's a repeat of last year in some ways. It's a win and they're in situation. And it's a chance for them for some redemption, right? Because last year, week 18 at Lambeau against the Lions, who technically had nothing to play for, Green Bay did what they so often did under Aaron Rodgers. They fucking choked. And how ironic it is, I talked about before this season that people were putting way too much value on the Aaron Rodgers name in 2022 versus the level of play in 2022. And that if Jordan Love was even average, adequate, this could be a team that hovered around the playoff picture. And look, here we fucking are. The Bears have all types of questions about their quarterback position in the long term. And the Green Bay Packers have seemingly found their dude. Big fucking surprise. Jordan Love is 157 yards away from throwing for 4,000 yards this season, which would make this the 16th time since 1992 that the Packers have had a 4,000-yard passer. You already know how many times the Bears have had a 4,000-yard passer. 0, because Bears football! Oh, what would Justin Field played all 17 games? Oh, he'd have like 3,400, 3,500 passing yards. That's what the averages suggest. It's fucking stupid. So, you look at the Packers. It's a chance for them to redeem themselves, get themselves into the playoffs. They won their last 2 games against Carolina and Minnesota to put themselves in this spot. Now they got an opportunity. You got to go make the most of it. And they got to be feeling pretty good about it in general because it's the Bears. The Bears are their bitches. The week 1 matchup was ugly, and the Packers ultimately beat that ass 38-20. The Bears defense couldn't stop Jordan Love and the Packers offense. Jordan threw for like 3 touchdown passes. Justin Fields had a couple of turnovers, including a pick 6. But, even in the 4th quarter, by the time the pick 6 happened, that game was completely out of reach. It just was. So, yeah, it's not a surprise in this spot. The Packers are 3-point favorites. Frankly, I think they should be favored a little more. They're at home, and with all that history, you're basically only giving them, the money's moved so much where it's only giving them the home field advantage, and that's it. That seems kind of crazy. The over-under is 45. You got 2 teams that feel like I said, again, they've got something to play for. It's a rivalry and all this other shit that doesn't really matter because this hasn't been a fucking rivalry for years. 4 years! Get that through your skulls. In terms of the injury report for Sunday, the Bears will be without Darnell Mooney, and you, as much as you want to say, well, that's a loss, is it really at this point? Fair question. Jalen Johnson being doubtful and potentially out due to a shoulder injury. He's had a really good year, but this is always a problem with Jalen Johnson. He misses a few games. I still caution about how much you really want to pay him. And as important as this game is supposed to be, the fact that he's arguably your best player on defense, and he's not going to try and tough it out. He's not going to play through it. Yeah. Makes the Bears secondary a little vulnerable, certainly. For the Packers, they've got a bunch of guys that are questionable but likely to play, including Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, who may be on a pitch count, Elgton Jenkins. A.J. Dillon's going to be out, but Jair Alexander will be playing. He'll be back. So, the Packers are in relatively decent shape, all things considered, at this point in time in the year. Although they probably wish they had A.J. Dillon at this point. I almost said Corey Dillon, sorry. Keys to victory for Chicago. You got to pound the rock on the Packers' defense. Pound it down their throats. They're 28th in rushing yards allowed. The Joe Barry defense sucks. Like, it is comical how much the Packers have invested premium draft capital on their defense for their defense to suck cock. Like, it's really, really stupid. Really stupid. And if Jordan Love hadn't developed this year, if Jordan Love wasn't playing well this year, you should be talking about whether the Packers should be firing their general manager. Like, that's the level of incompetence we're talking about in terms of the defense. Meanwhile, for the offense of the Bears, they got to convert the red zone opportunities into touchdowns, not field goals. That even means if it's 4th and 4 and you're at like the Packers' 18-yard line, don't puss out and kick a fucking field goal. Fuck your chicken shit. Go for it. You got nothing else to lose. Be fucking aggressive. Attack. Attack. No, get down to the 9-yard line and you pull a gutless, gutsy, put him up. Put him up. I'm the offensive coordinator. I know what I'm doing. Swear to God. I got a big plan. Halfback dive, halfback pitch, quarterback draw. Like, attack. Because again, the Packers' defense is shit. And then get Justin Fields comfortable in the passing game. Which means for him, getting him on the move and letting him throw deep early. Fuck the screens. Fuck the flat passes. Let him attack down the field. That's what gets him into rhythm. Get that and getting him on the move and getting him to use his feet. Meanwhile, for the Packers, a heavy dose of Aaron Jones. Week 1, the Bears tried an interesting strategy. Let Aaron Jones run wild so much that he eventually hurts a hamstring and has to go out of the game. You got to do the same thing again if you're the Packers week 18. Ride the fucking horse till the wheels fall off. Get the Bears into third and long offensive situations because that is not a comfortable place for the Bears to be, especially if they got to throw the ball to get that first down. And then contain and tackle Justin Fields. I know you want to pressure Justin Fields. He's not great in the face of pressure. But the challenge is, if you don't get home, you don't get there, that's when he will sit there and dice you up with his feet. It's 3rd and 9 and he's running for 15 or 20 yards and a first down. Make him uncomfortable. The way you make him uncomfortable is force him to stand in the pocket. Contain Justin Fields and then be fundamentally sound in tackling Justin Fields. Easiest way to beat the Bears right now. In terms of this matchup, this could be one of those nail-biting, exciting type of Week 18 matchups to close out the season because the Bears feel like they have something to play for and the Packers legitimately do. Or this could be business as usual and the Packers go and they just beat the piss out of the Bears. I think it's going to be more of the former than the latter this time. Am I picking the Bears? What fucking planet are you on? No, I'm not making that mistake again. I'll pick the Packers 27-23. Now, how ironic it would be. Like, watch Jordan Love go over 4,000 yard passing against the Bears. Watch Jordan Love, that so many Bears fans are talking so many types of shit about in the offseason on social media. Watch him lead the Packers to a winning record and a playoff appearance while Justin Fields, their MVP candidate, sits fucking home and watches Jordan Love in the playoffs. Bears football!